It was only the Fast 4, and Rafael Nadal's last competitive match was back at the US Open in September, but Nick Kyrgios was in fine form during his 4-0-3, 4-5-3 win over the Spanish champion in Sydney on Monday night. With Kyrgios coming off a second-round exit at the Brisbane International last week, and Nadal testing out the fitness of his injured thigh, the one-night exhibition event at Qudos Bank Arena was one of the final hitouts ahead of the Australian Open. Although there was nothing on the line, Kyrgios showed more than a few glimpses of how dangerous he can be against any of the game's top players. And despite the carnival atmosphere of the event, Nadal was impressed by the Aussie's performance. Everything you need to know about the Sydney International. Sam Stosur fights back from a set down in Sydney. He's one of the best players in the world, no doubt. He has the passion to play, Nadal told Sporting News of Kyrgios. He's one of the players that is very tough to play against, especially in this format, so it was great to play with him tonight. I enjoyed it. He's able to create special shots and he's very talented. It was a great show. Kyrgios joked after the match that 85% of the crowd was supporting Nadal, and the one-time Australian Open champion Nadal said he felt at home in Sydney. I don't have the chance to play a lot in Sydney, but the crowd supports this event and I enjoy it every single time, Nadal said. Being honest, the fans here in Australia are fantastic. I've always had a great connection with them and I enjoy it playing in front of them. They enjoy sport a lot and they understand tennis. It was a welcome return to the court for 32-year-old Nadal after his injury and forced stint away from the game extended to the Brisbane International last week. Nadal withdrew on the eve of the tournament with a thigh injury, but teamed up with Milos Raonic at the Fast 4 to take on Davis Cup teammates Kyrgios and John Millman. With Raonic beating Millman in 3 sets earlier in the evening, the doubles match was the deciding rubber in the Australia vs Team World event, with the Spanish and Canadian duo earning a 4-1-1, 4-5-4 victory. I did not feel the pain here, Nadal said on court afterwards. I think it was a good start for me, a good comeback to the action in front of a fantastic crowd here in Sydney. Nadal will now travel to Melbourne for a week of hard training ahead of the Australian Open. Meanwhile, Kyrgios will have his final preparations in Kooyong, where he will take on his mate Bernard Tomic on Wednesday. Kyrgios has 2 wins and 3 losses against Nadal dating back to his breakout Wimbledon quarter-final victory in 2014, now ranked 51st in the world. Kyrgios' most recent win over Nadal was a 6-2, 7-5 victory in Cincinnati in 2017. Feeling good after the hit-out on Monday, Kyrgios remained confident he could beat any of the world's best players. I beat him, Nadal, when I was 19, so I know I'm capable for beating the Big Four, he said. I've proven myself to be able to play big matches. It's more about the day-to-day consistency and showing up every day. That's more of a challenge for me. The level was high today in the singles, so obviously I'll take that as confidence.